Hi and good afternoon and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home of Tottenham from past, present and maybe an exciting future at last. Join me on this latest episode is my usual co-host Ellie. How are you this morning, Ellie?
All right, Dermot, I'm fine. I'm looking forward to what you're going to bring to the show and what exciting news you've got to give us.
Yeah, well, we are going to start with some breaking news, so let me start with this. Yeah, and I am being told this morning that the pairing is going across the bottom of your screen, that the pairing could be Tim Steadin, a German, and Andrew Slot as a new management team at Tottenham for next season. Ellie, what do you think of that?
I'm happy with Slot. I don't know much about the other guy, but I know he's German and I know he's got a pretty good CV. Let's see what pans out, Dermot. That's all I've got to say. Let's see, because some of the news coming out has been fake, so you don't know what to believe.
Well, I am running a poll in the chat. It says, are you happy with Arne Slot's new manager? 78% say yes, 22% say no. So everyone needs to be a bit happy this morning. Look, it is what it is. I feel a bit underwhelmed by it, considering we had Nagelsmann sort of dangled in front of us like a cat looking at a fish. Do you know? I was like a cat sitting and then you're having the fish dangled in front of you. They'll give me the fish, give me the fish. But look, it is what it is. As long as he can make it successful, that's all I want. That's all I want. And that's all we all want. Let me say hello to a few people in the chat. Ellie, good morning to Joe Garcia. Hello, gang. Nice and sunny today. Please give me some good news. Well, we'll just give you some good news, hopefully. Let us know where you're from, actually. I haven't seen you before in the chat, so welcome. We've got FT, SM Column. Good afternoon. Some positive news coming through from Spurs Cap finally. Yeah, absolutely. We've got Nathan Passard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, Coy's big up. We've got Carl Simpson. Big up, Carl. Good afternoon, guys. Hello, everyone in the chat. We've got Carl saying the breaking news is Levy's finally signed Janice, who was playing Doris the Tea Lady, so she can start a new job as director of football. We are cooking. Yeah, that is so true. We've got big up Peter Rem. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Peter. We've got David Clark. Hi from Leicester. Just got back from the weekly shop.
Nice one.
We've got Ollie. Big up Ollie. Says hi. Welcome back. Thank you very much, Ollie. Nice to be back. And also, if you want to be like Ollie, you can get a membership. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It does help with us getting new software, new graphics, and better shows for next season. Catman Jess, big up Dermot and Queen Ellie. Big up Catman Jess, doing well. Big up Ben. He says purple or gold under Tottenham are sold again. Ben, do you know, really doing his best for the Wexford Tourism Board. Do you know, just getting this out there in the world, getting more people come to the greatest county in Ireland, though I hear rumblings in Kildare. Dave was probably saying Kildare's the greatest county.
He'll get you later.
He probably will. But Wexford did. But don't tell him that Wexford's #1 county in Ireland. Kildare's #2. Carl Simpson, Standini is a very good director of football. I'm not sure if we can fully rule out Nagelsmann yet. Just got a feeling. I think the Nagelsmann thing is gone. I don't think he will be. He will be a new manager, and from what I'm hearing, Slot is going to be installed as a new manager. We're finally also going out of the Europe last night as well. So I think this is why this news has broke very quickly this morning. Joe Garcia, so many rumours from so many sources. Don't want to be a killjoy, but this is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We just need things to happen sooner rather than later so we can start preparing for the summer window. He makes a very good point, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And Jose's been in our chat all week, Dermot, so he's been a regular. Yeah, very, very good point, Jose. This chap, Dermot, he's brilliant. He comes up with some brilliant comments. So good. Yeah.
Yes. We've got David Clark. We're our team that's lost 13 games this season, so we get who we deserve. That's another big point. That is a very, very good point. I actually sometimes I agree with that. We get what we deserve. We don't deserve the best because we have not been playing the best. Carl's saying, I am personally proud of Spurs keeping all those journalists in the job with all our links.
Yeah. They're having a field day, aren't they?
Yeah. They really are. Ben says, Wexford County Council have promised me a lifetime supply of Guinness. I'm surprised Wexford County Council has actually promised you anything.
I'm going round beds.
Trying to get anything out of Wexford County Council is trying to get a blood out of a stone, and I can tell you that. Yeah, Wexford County Council
You're in the know.
Are quite not great, are they? Yeah, even
agrees.
Yeah, she's nodding her head. Wexford Council,
yeah,
useless as.
Where's Mark Guinness? That's what she's saying.
Factory Mike. Real Madrid coach gets the sack today, then we may still get Poch. I think he's gone. We all mourn the Poch. Let's get it out of the way now. Let's all have a moment of reflection of the loss of Poch. We just need, don't we, Ellie? We just need the reflection now of just mourning him. See, Ellie's gone. Ellie's gone. She's mourning him.
No, it's just a phone call came through. Sorry.
No, you had
I've
a
got
reflection.
to tap up. I've got.
You got. Look, if you need to take it, Ellie, it's fine. You can come back.
No, it's just a rubbish call. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, it's Potts trying to get hold of you. That was it. Carl Simpson saying, I heard that news as well, that the Potts deal is not fully done yet, apparently. So maybe Madrid. Well, he wants to go to Madrid, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, who knows? Big up David Moyes' dad, who got hassled at the semi-final last night. He was in this. I don't sort of agree with that. There was. Can you turn that down a bit? Sorry.
David Moyes' dad.
Yeah, hang on. Just read that.
David Moyes is ancient. I mean, so his dad got hassled at the semi-final last night. He was in the stands. Yeah, there was quite a bit of trouble there, I saw. And it was mainly the ultras from AZ Alkmaar. Yeah, so not a very good thing. You know, football hooliganism reared its ugly head again, you know. Not very good for the sport in general, I don't think.
No, I don't know. What actually happened last night? Because
what I saw, there was the ultras and they had hoodies on and masks so that you couldn't see their faces, and they created a lot of trouble with the West Ham fans. Yeah, like they were the instigators of it, what I saw. Yeah, so it wasn't very nice, not pleasant at all.
No, well, look, it shouldn't have happened. But for what I heard, that it was the Dutch fans, the West Ham fans got caught up in the middle of it. For what we read last night, but we've got Mohammed Bali. I don't want to get. It says hello, welcome.
Hello, Mohammed.
We've got a view from the South Stand TV. Coys, big up, guys. We've got DJ Samuel. Good afternoon, guys. Purple and gold to the club is sold. And then Derek Hutchins, Spurs on the way to the championship. Levy's going to do it again. Oh, he's just ruined the. He's just ruined the
Oh
top.
no!
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Oh, I don't know. Did you see that game last night? The Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh
Portsmouth?
yeah. They came back from 4-0 down to Drew Fob, and they won on penalties. Imagine that! And they won 5-1 on penalties as well.
Yeah, so we've got
easily won.
We've got the Luton Coventry Championship final, which I think is great.
We should introduce the Peterborough side to the Arsenal squad.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Well, me and Philip are hoping Luton going to get promoted to the Premier League, so we're behind the Luton boys.
That's our team now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Where we've got now, we've got FTS Colin. What happened last night is that I watched Newcastle absolutely dismantle Brighton and made them look like mediocre.
Yeah.
Newcastle 1 win away from the Champions League now. So, we need somebody like that.
I just don't get Brighton. Flipping weird team.
Yeah. Jago say we need to aim high. Otherwise, what's the point? We need to appoint people who will provide us the vision and outline the deliverables and timeline. We also need to install some sort of mandate to keep. Yeah. Well, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Look, we need to appoint someone that's going to say, right, this is who we're buying. I'm not taking no for an answer. If you don't like it, we're going to do it anyway. But we've done that with Jose. We've done that with Conte. We've done that with Paratici. They've tried to bend Levy over a barrel, and it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
So it does look like the main problem is Levy, but we have to see what happens. Maybe he's got this one right, Ellie. Who knows? Would you agree with that, or would you think, look, he's...
I just want, however big a name they are, however underwhelming it is, if they come in and make us a better team, make us play better football and win us something along the way, that's all we want, isn't it, Dermot? We even if we win one cup this season coming, next season, that would do me, because we haven't won one for 15 years. And 21 in 23 is not good enough. No.
Apparently, the Ultras smashed down the barrier and went to attack the West Ham fans. That's what Carl's saying. Alan Sherpley, big up Alan. Thanks for it. It will be very harsh if Ancelotti gets the sack. However, nothing was surprised with Real Madrid. No.
They probably will sack him as well,
Yeah. See, the Champions League for them, they lost the league to Barcelona.
Yeah.
So the Champions League
That's
for
a
them
double whammy.
Yeah, so there you go.
Is it? The double whammy.
A fan of Ultras surrounded David Moyes' dad, who's in his late 70s. That I don't agree with. I think that's shocking. That's shocking. I mean, that is shocking. Look, as much as we don't like West Ham and as much as they're a London rival, they did get to their first European final since God knows how, since the 60s.
Yeah, I think they won one, didn't they? I think they won the Fairs Cup, if I'm right.
Yeah, it was under Bobby Moore, I think, was captain.
Yeah.
So, look, it's a Premier League side in Europe, and it shows that the English teams are sort of dominating Europe again. You look at Man City reaching the Champions League final. We just need to do something in Europe next season in the Conference League.
And in the other one, Dermot, you know who's the the business? Lamella and Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're in the final as well. I forget who they playing in
they're playing Roma, Jose Mourinho's side.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. There's so many Spurs connections.
Yeah, it does.
And we haven't made it. Oh.
No. Joe Garcia says the board are accountable. Yeah, of course the board. Everyone's accountable. Players, managers, coaches, Ellie's cat.
Yeah. Go on.
Everyone's accountable.
His legs. Oh.
Ben was saying if these hooligans were from the UK, we would be receiving a ban. European hooligans are far worse than any UK fans. Look, it shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen. You should go to a football match to enjoy the match.
Yeah.
But it isn't as bad as it was back in the 80s and the 90s. But I think international hooliganism has got a lot worse over the years, especially with the German and the Dutch fans and the Italian fans I don't know if Ben.
I think
Yeah, go on.
any hooliganism is not good. All
Mhm.
right, so I don't profess that. Well, not that they're not as bad. They're worse than us. It depends. It depends what you see, because what I've seen in England is in the 80s is terrible, but it
Yeah.
has got a lot better because the policing is so good and the security is so good. Yeah, and they do sell a lot of beer though, and you know when men have beer, oof, could be a recipe for disaster when they
That is
drink
true.
too much.
Your niece is in the house as well. Elisa,
Yeah,
afternoon on.
Jula. Yes.
And big up Peter M says Moyes' dad senior is apparently an Everton scout and an amateur football coach amongst his other professional works. I didn't know that.
Okay. Nice.
And see, Everton have been sold for 600 million as well. That could go through next week. So that's another bit of news. Comes in, did Capello win the Champions League and finish second, and got Madrid are very happy to fire their managers. They really are. Peter and Brighton losing is good for us, but we can take an advantage when the last two games. We have to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Have to get over Brighton tomorrow first. Brentford, I mean.
I think they're 1 point ahead of us with a game in hand, but their games in hand are hard, so we've got a chance still.
Yeah. Well, we got to go to Leeds, and Leeds is not an easy game away from
I
home.
know.
If you need a point, and they need a point, it's going to be.
Because last season we won 4-0 there, but the season before that was the Eric Dyer boo-boo, weren't it? And we lost 3-1.
You have to bring his name into the stream. Do you have to bring that man's name?
You know.
Yeah, I know.
Crucifix.
It's 1-10 on that. Ivan Toney's not playing Saturday against us. I'm down at the book. Yeah, I think the FA are trying to make it a worldwide ban.
Good one.
Yeah.
I think the bookies are welcoming, won't they?
Yeah.
He'll be a permanent fixture in William Hill or somewhere like that.
Ben saying it wasn't the West Ham fans, it was the players' families. Right, okay. Oh, that's when you're saying the barrier was broken. Okay. We've got Wayne Francis, 23, Ancelotti back to Everton. That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all with new owners and Everton. That could happen. Big up Shamu, big up Dermot and Ellie. Hope you're well. Big up Shamu. Hope you're doing well in New Zealand.
We haven't seen him for a while, have we?
Oh, no, he's been around. He's been around. Terry White, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Terry. We've got DJ Samuel. Liverpool are getting rid of players while Tottenham are giving Eric Dyer a new 3-year contract. From what I'm hearing, that contract's been put on hold. So nothing will be discussed until the summer. So there may be a hope there he may be sold. David Clark, and he's saying Ancelotti will get sacked this week. He lost the league title, now the Champions League. He's certainly to get sacked. Madrid presidents won't mess about. No.
See, they don't hold any sentiment there. They're winners. They say, right, you're a loser this year. You're out. You're out the back door or in the front door even. Push him out.
Yeah, that's it. He's gone. Peter M, big up Seville Spurs players. Yeah, reaching the European final. Could come back a European winner. So that would be interesting. Derek Hutchins, Spurs are a million miles away from Champions League. Levy wants to sign Longley, give Dyer a new contract. Says it all. I'm happy with Longley signing. Would you, Ellie, or would you not sign him?
I'm in two minds. Because I saw him in training and he looked really good. And I can see why Spurs like him, because he's a hard-working player. And he'll give you what it says on the tin. He's nothing special, but he'll be good as a squad player. I wouldn't put him as a first teamer. I'd put him as a squad player because he is a good passer of the ball. He lacks a bit of pace for the modern game. That's how I see it anyway. But he is a decent player. Don't get me wrong. He's not rubbish like a lot of people I see. They say he's rubbish. He's not.
Well, we did do a player profile on him, didn't he? Isan did one on us when we got him in the summer. And for me, he looked so comfortable next to Romero. Him and Romero look very comfortable together. You put Eric Dyer in there, and it just Romero just goes into panic mode. Yeah, because he doesn't know what he's going to do. But big up Derek. Peter M said, yes, I was a bit shocked to see people drinking beer on the terraces at AZ. I think it's allowed in Holland.
Yeah, they allow it. We can't do that here.
No,
They've stopped it altogether, especially at Spurs. They don't.
no, they do in the rugby. I think you're allowed to drink in the stands in the rugby.
The rugby fans are a different kettle of fish, though, aren't they, Dermot?
Yeah.
They're well behaved generally.
FT Cullum says Brighton's game in hand is the City game. Oh,
That's right. You see,
I can't see Brighton
come
winning
on,
now.
Man City. If they lose that one, I'll go down to
Yeah.
Manchester.
Yeah, will you? That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll go down and give them a piece of my mind.
I can see that happening. Yeah, Ellie on tour.
On the
There you go.
rampage.
Yeah, Ellie on the rampage. Oh Lord, Ellie will make them hooligans look like angels when she gets going. Terry White says, "Feels like Dyer's going to get a new contract. What has he done to deserve a new contract? That shows ambition in the club. Absolute joke. He's done nothing. Just please sell him. Do something. Just get rid of him. We don't want him." I mean, Ellie, do you know what more do we have to do to get rid of this man?
Rip up his contract. If they give him a new contract, what does that say about our club? Come on. You see how many mistakes he makes. They need to go to Specsavers.
I swear to God, Levy's looking at the match with his glasses, right, and he's got somebody in his ear. Give him a new contract.
Do you know what it could be, Dermot?
What?
Like they're thinking, right, he's costing us 65, 70 grand wages a week. If we get a really top one in, he's going to cost us over 150 grand a week. So it's double the wages. It's all about money, you know. We want success. But if you have to buy it, for God's sake. Manchester City have. Look where they are now. They're in the Champions League final and at the top of the league.
Yeah, Wayne Bonner just got in from work. What have I missed? It's across the bottom of the screen. The new parent, well, I'm 95% sure this is the new pairing for next season. The German Tim Standard and Arne Slot are going to be the new double act at Tottenham for next season. That's the same for you, Jim, as well. He's asking what is the breaking news. It's going across the bottom of the screen. We've got Tom Marker Han, happy Friday, all big up.
All right, Tom.
Jarula saying we go to get to what's that? I'll let you read this one out.
We've got to get used to Diabolical. He's signing a new contract. We'll be seeing a lot more of him. I hope not, Drula.
I hope not.
Can I send him to your house and play with your kids football? That's what I do. That's about his level. Actually, your kids are better.
I think the banana splits would be better than Eric Dyer. That says a lot about the banana splits. Oh, don't you bring me back to my childhood now? I used to love watching them as a kid. They used to have reruns here in Ireland back in the early 80s when I was small. It used to be on a Saturday morning. Well, I can't remember Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I can't remember.
Bananas in pajamas as well, weren't there?
I don't remember.
Do you remember that one?
I was a bit old for them.
Yeah.
I used to wake up and watch Saturday morning. Used to watch Racket Races, Catch the Pigeon, He-Man, and Transformers.
Catch the pigeon.
That was my cartoons when I was a kid, little young lad.
Yeah.
Still love Transformers now, by the way. I'm 46, so.
I used to love watching Speedy Gonzales.
Oh, that's
Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah.
Andre, Ipa.
They did a 60s song for him, didn't they? Back in the 60s.
It's brilliant. David Clark, let's get back to the footy.
Yeah, let's get back to the footy. David Clark says, in Leicester City's last game, some players threw their shirts into the crowd and the fans threw them back at them onto the pitch towards the players. Well, I would have taken them and sold them. Terry White makes a very good point here. Nagelsmann to Real Madrid. I think that will happen more than Poch going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think Poch is gone to Chelsea, and he.
Yeah, as well. As I said, you need to start mourning now, Ellie.
Yeah.
We've got
my tissues later.
Yeah, we've got Kate Boxwell. Big up, Kate. Says afternoon. Both to see you. Both good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Nice to be back.
He's back.
We've got Tom. I'm happy with the manager, but won't make a difference with Levy still in charge. He won't change, in my opinion. I think
Mm.
it's true though, isn't it? You could probably get the best manager in the world, and it still wouldn't change for some reason. You still won't get the players you need. You still have to use the same players over again. So
Yeah, you've got to mix it up because they're not delivering anything
no,
to us, are they? Not
no,
even good football to watch.
no. And we've got a super chat here from Nathan Pazad. Big up. Thank you so much. It's
Thank you,
very kind of you.
Nadine.
And it really does help. So thank you very much. He says Europa League or Conference League. Prefer the Conference League. Less pressure on the new manager and would have a good chance to go out and win it. At the same time, we can rebuild the squad. Ellie, Europa League or Conference League for you?
Um, I sort of agree with him. All right, because the Conference League, there's lesser teams down there,
Yeah.
and we've got more chance of winning it.
Mhm.
But the thing is, with the Europa League, you've got the prize of if you win it, you go into the Champions League.
Yeah.
So that's more appealing to me personally.
Mm.
You know, and we have got a good chance of winning it as well.
Mm.
As long as we take it, well, we will take it seriously. But if we took the Conference League seriously, we'd easily win it. We would. I mean,
It's a
we would have won it last time if we took it
Mm.
seriously.
It's a
We just
European trophy, isn't it? At the
the
end of the day.
European trophy. It's a beautiful trophy as well. Now, look, West Ham are not going to scoff at it, are they?
No.
They win it.
Jose didn't scoff with it at Roma, did he, last season?
No, and now
And
he's
look
in
where
the Europa League final,
Mm.
and if he wins that, he goes to the Champions League
I think
final.
that's where we need to do. We need to do it in stepping stones. Start the Conference League, win that, qualify for the Europa League,
Yeah,
and build up slowly. There's no point trying to build up straight for a Champions League where we're going to get like we got at AC Milan. I mean, that performance was still, for
yeah.
me, that was just a diabolical performance. But thank you so much. For me, I
Thank
agree with
you.
Ellie. Have to be the Conference League. I think start from there
Yeah,
and build yourself up. I agree with them. Less pressure and start bringing in the younger players as well. You can play them in that competition as well. That you
yeah,
bring into the first team squad. But thank you so much for the super chat. Really does help and really appreciate it. So thank you very much indeed. Welcome a few
yeah,
more people in, Ellie.
yeah.
We've got the disabled team. Big up the disabled team.
Right.
Hope you do well. Who else we got in? And yeah, I think that's it. What we'll do is,
Yeah,
Ellie, we're going to get on about the new manager. I'll still
yeah,
go through all the chat. And I have to start at the bottom and work my way back up. So we're doing that. So, Ellie, this is our new director of football. Now,
right.
just let me find where's that? There we go. Take that off. Right. He was born in the 20s. He was born in Germany. He was a defensive midfielder in his playing days. These are the teams he's playing for now. He hasn't played for many big teams, but I think he
No.
didn't have a great playing career. So really and truly, his playing career wasn't brilliant, was it, Ellie? To be fair,
Played for Werder Bremen. Is that
yeah,
that's they're quite a big team.
yeah,
Yeah. Um yeah, do you know what? Jose Mourinho didn't play for anybody
mm,
significant and look what he's
no,
done in his career.
mm,
So you can't really pin that on, like if you've had a fantastic playing career that you're going to
mm,
be good at. But it goes. I just feel that if they've scouted this guy, they've done their homework on him.
mm-hmm,
If he's got brilliant contacts in the German and the Dutch and the Spanish market, that'd be fantastic for us.
mm.
And
Do,
he looks like a decent fella as well.
mm.
Got a good scarf on. Should be purple and gold, but don't matter.
He looks a bit like Pochettino. No, not Pochettino. He looks a bit like the Don, doesn't he? He looks like the Don Mark II. What do you
Yeah,
reckon?
he looks like my friend Chris Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dear.
just want him to come in if
Mm,
he is the man that's going to be appointed.
mm,
I want him to come in and make sure that he's got all the scouting team that he's
mm,
got now, bring them with him so it's all ready, and we don't have to go
mm.
and kill ourselves to get a scouting unit.
Yeah.
Because that is very important at a club to have
Mm.
a solid scouting unit.
And as you can see here, this is his career as a director
Yeah,
of football. He's gone
Lady
from a head of
Cooper.
youth scouting twice with one of Bremer's. Then he's at the same club, so he
Yeah.
went to sporting director, and then he went to director of football for Werder Bremer, and then he went to Bayern Leverkusen, where he went in there as a sports director, and now he's at club and role appointed in charge until matches until the end of the season. But where do you
Yeah.
think of him? Do you reckon he's the same mold as our
He's
previous director of football? Do you think?
coming from a different market,
Mm,
isn't he? He's coming from
yeah.
Germany, so he can tap up some brilliant German
Mm,
talent that are coming through and get him over to us. I just see. I don't know an awful lot about
mm,
him, but it seems like he's got a good CV. You know,
yeah.
especially with Werder Bremen because they are a top German team.
Mm,
Yeah, even though they've won things in Germany. So
yeah.
the main thing is that he's got his whole group that he trusts come
Mm,
to Spurs and work your magic,
mm,
and bring us players that are going to take us to a higher level than what we've been playing,
mm,
and bring us exciting footballers, people that can
mm,
put their foot on the ball and control the ball and pass accurately,
mm.
because we're lacking that at Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we are. We lack that creative midfield player, aren't we? That's someone
Yeah,
to unlock defenses, somebody that can, like an Ericsson. We haven't replaced Ericsson for some reason, and
yeah.
for me, look, we need to get either the Leicester player Madison,
Mm.
or go and get, who's the other player, Ellie, that we're
Ward
looking at?
Prowse,
Ward Prowse.
yeah,
See, I go for Bazuma and Ward Prowse. Get them now. Do it as a joint
yeah.
free. Do you know
Like I
we?
said, before we started, Basuma
Mm,
was fantastic in training,
mm-hmm,
absolutely different class,
mm,
and he had that spring in his step, like he's happy to be
yeah,
back, you know. And I think he will be chosen in against Brentford, 100%.
yeah.
If Mason doesn't play him, he must be a
Mm.
fool.
And just to balance out all arguments, Lee Dykes is also in the running, which we think
Mm.
it. Well, for I've been told it's going to be the German man and slot for next season, but this is Lee Dykes, who was also the running, the director of football of Brentford, technical
Mm.
director, and there's his list of where he's been. He's been at Rotherham, Crawley, Notts County, Oldham. He was assistant manager at Carlisle United, then sporting director at Bury. Then he was head of scouting at Brentford, and then technical director now at Brentford. And would
Yeah.
you? I would prefer. Look,
Oh,
I'm being told it's going to be the German and slot.
yeah.
But personally, would you prefer a man that's working within the Premier League, that knows the Premier League, to
Yeah.
come in and do it? Or do you
And
think it's
what
good to get somebody from the outside to come in and do this director of football role?
I personally would prefer this guy. You know
Mm,
why? It's not just because he's worked in the Premier League. He's done a fantastic job at Brentford.
yeah.
Look at all the players that he scouted out with his
Mm,
scouting team. So his scouting team must be top
mm,
notch to get those players in. And they could even make Europe, Brentford. If they
mm,
beat us tomorrow and
yeah.
win their last game, they could make it. But I just feel he's a very talented man at age 39 as well,
Mm,
only. You know, I
um,
I don't think Brentford will let him go. They'll probably give him a pay rise to keep him.
yeah.
That's the
We've got
problem.
David Clark saying the best coaches are very average players. Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, Alex Ferguson. There are
Yeah.
exceptions like Pep and Franz Beckenbauer. Look, Alex Ferguson was a very ordinary player. Played for Rangers, but look what he's done as a manager. Transformed Aberdeen.
He was a
T-
striker, wasn't he,
yeah, he
Alex
was.
Ferguson? Yeah.
Came into Man United. Look what he done there. Arsene Wenger
Mm.
transformed. I think he transformed the Premier League. I don't think he just transformed Arsenal. He transformed the Premier League. How
Yeah.
they eat, how they look after themselves. There
Yeah.
was a drinking culture before he come, wasn't there? And
Yeah.
in football, and I think he's changed all that. I mean, the players like Pep. Pep
Yeah.
was an exceptional player at Barcelona. Franz Beckenbauer, right, he's a legend in his own right. Played in four
Yeah.
World Cups, played in the '66 World Cup final, played in the semi-final in '70 with a discolated shoulder, and caused won the European Championship and the World Cup as captain of West Germany back in the early 70s. So, you know,
Yeah.
and
Arsene Wenger, brilliant.
yeah,
He's brilliant for Arsenal and the Premiership. Not so good
mm,
for the ketchup sales.
yeah, that is so true. I mean, Ellie, look, you look at the players saying like Jose Mourinho. It is true. You don't have to be a great player to become a really good
No.
manager.
No, because if you're a leader,
Hmm.
and it comes out when you're a manager as well,
Yeah.
and you can control egos as well, because he's had to
Mm,
deal with a lot of egos, Jose Mourinho. Whereas Arsene Wenger, he brought his team,
mm,
he made his team by, he knew a lot of the players in France that he brought over,
yeah.
regardless. And he
Hmm.
was the manager at Monaco before that, and he had Glenn Hoddle,
Yeah.
didn't he? So he knew the market, and he tapped it really well. He
Mm,
got it from under everybody else's noses, and he
mm,
dominated
mm,
with Man United. It was either them or Man United who were going to win the league.
mm. I mean, Peter Rem says talking to top players as managers, Lampard and Gerrard.
Yeah, didn't
That
make it, did
they
they?
could never
Well,
play
so far
together,
they
could
haven't
they?
in their
Yeah, but
careers.
they never could play together, could they? Them
No,
two.
they couldn't play together because they were too similar, I
Mm,
think.
I
Because they
think
were
so.
like box to box, but they used to
Mm,
arrive. More Lampard was like
mm,
more like a Dele Alli. He used to arrive, or Dele Alli was more like him, more like.
mm,
But he used to arrive in the penalty box quite late
mm,
and ghost in. Yeah, whereas Gerrard, he had a
mm,
few more tricks up his book. I would say Gerrard was the better footballer
mm.
out of the two,
Yeah.
definitely. That's my opinion, anyway.
Well, I always thought Gerrard was a better player than Lampard anyway. Lampard's a
Yeah.
crap manager anyway. Carl Simpson, yet Wenger brought over Dermot's best player to Area Henry.
You know what I mean? What a great player, though. Great
Who?
player.
Thierry Henry.
I loved him.
That
I really
cheat
did.
in French.
Oh yeah, because he cheated you, didn't you? Didn't he? In the World Cup. Oh, I'll have to take that back, Dermot, for the
Yeah,
Irish. I'm taking it back. What a stupid ass player he was.
exactly. Get on board, Ellie. Get on board the Henry
Bill, I'm
cheat,
sorry.
cheating the Irish out of a World
Cheat.
Cup.
I know. It was a
Um,
deliberate handball as well. It wasn't like it just hit his
mm,
hand. He actually patted the ball forward. The cheat.
yeah, very funny, Nick. Haha. Henry was very good and sneaky. Ha, very funny. Yeah, he once as sneaky as
Yeah,
Maradona
Henri.
was in '86. To be fair, I think that was
Tell you
even
what, if
more.
he ever visited Ireland, he wouldn't be welcome.
It says Dermot, you
If
wouldn't
he
have done it
steps
any.
toe in, if he steps his toe in Wexford, it'd be chopped off.
It says Dermot, you wouldn't have done anything anyway. Probably not.
Either that or
Danny
his
Phil says,
hands.
yeah.
Oh, oh
Pete
dear.
Rem says Henry in that cheat and the cheating of the Irish. It stinks. Yeah. If we had VAR back then, we would have gone to the World Cup. But mind you, we should have beaten France that night. We outplayed them.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I was watching that game right through. You played
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Kate says, I apologize if anyone was offended by my German comment. It was meant as a joke. I actually haven't seen it. There's so many people in the chat at the moment. I'm trying to keep up with all of it. So I'm sure the mods that are
We've
in there would
offended
have.
the French. Well, we've offended Thierry Henry. We said he's going to lose his toe.
To
if
be
he
fair, it's
steps in
okay
Wexford.
to offend the French, to be fair. But I must admit,
Yeah,
I
well,
loved
he shouldn't
the
have
French.
handballed
How
it, should he?
no, but I must admit, the French are great at protesting, though. You have to
Oh,
give them
yeah.
that. You have to
They
give them that.
really are.
The French
I
are the
think they're the
best.
leaders in the world.
Yeah. The okay. Mia's mod sorting all that out. Colin said Henry's one of the most overrated players ever to play football. Not my Irish bias coming. Yeah, it is your Irish bias coming out, Colin. You know that. Cheers, man. Carl Simpson says, don't worry, Dermot. If VAR was around then, Henry's goal still would have been given. Probably would have been.
You're right. You're right. Because it favours the like VAR favours the fortunate, the ones who have got the money. I'm
Yeah.
sure that David Harris, he says it. Liverpool.
Yeah, it is. You look at Liverpool. I looked at that match, right, and they got two penalties
Liverpool.
that they shouldn't have got, to be fair. Peter M says I was gutted for Ireland that night. Yeah, well, look, we're on the way back. We've got Stephen Kenny as
Come on,
manager,
Ireland.
and that just says it all, really.
In my mum and dad's country, they've got no chance of qualifying.
Well,
Just
at least
having
you've got a
brilliant.
probably decent manager than we have in Stephen Kenny. I mean, he's useless. I mean,
Yeah.
Dave and Philip are telling me to give him a chance. I gave him one chance, and I'm going to the Cyprus. I'm going to when we play Gibraltar. So you better win that night, or I'll be tapping them on the shoulder. Excuse me, you're sacked. Let's try not to be copycats and get a team that makes a stamp on. Look, I want to get a team that we had on the Poch. That was free flowing, attacking. Every player was hungry. Every player wanted to be in that team. It reminded me of the team of the 80s on the Birkenshaw. That Pochettino side. There was
their
that
movement. Brilliant.
Do you think it
It's
was more
off the ball, isn't it, Dermot? Off the ball. They were fantastic. Their movement and their passing was so crisp as well. And their pressing was on point.
Yeah. Do you think it was more the togetherness they had that we need to get back to? Do you think Slot might bring that when he comes in, that he will bring that? You said you saw a video of him, so what have you?
Before we came on air, everybody, I was talking to Dermot about. I watched a video where he was motivating his team for a big game. They had a big game coming up, and they just won that match. They were sitting in the dressing room, and he was fantastic. He was saying, "Look after your bodies, look after your mental state. Make sure you come prepared. Make sure you come with the will to win." You know, he was brilliant. His motivation, and he wasn't shouting. He wasn't shouting. He was very calm, cool, calm, and collected. That's what we need in our dressing room, right? Someone who can gel the team, because you know what, Dermot, we've got some talented footballers at our club. They're just not gelling.
No.
They need someone to go in there and give them a shake up. Add a few more quality players in there, like when Liverpool got Van Dijk. That made them a whole different team. There was other teams that strengthened with certain players here and there. You don't need to go and buy big. You just need 2 or 3 players in there to gel us, you know. And honestly, I like what he said and the way he said it as well. His manner.
Sorry, I'm just bobbing my head to a bit of REM I can hear about. I love that. I love that bit of music.
Angela was playing all 80s music, like I said before we come on air as well.
Yeah. David Clark saying Henry was very average, played for Arsenal. He used to play out wide, and his career was flundering, going nowhere. He used to play for Monaco, I think, if I'm right. It was Wenger who turned him into a centre forward, and the rest of history. Yeah, that's true. Daniel Sanville, good afternoon, all good big up afternoon to all. One love, and he's got the purple and gold to Tottenham Hotspur badge beside him. Kate Boxall. Henry was sensational for Arsenal. Yeah. Okay, we'll pass on that. Henry, the French Maradona. Now that's more like it. Wait, that's more like
it. You got it in one.
Mia, big up Mia, and everyone, please get over to Spurs Between the Lines to our great channel. Mia's doing fantastic work over there, so please, everyone, get over there.
And also, people like her shorts as well, because she puts out a lot of shorts.
She does,
and make a few comments for her.
Yeah,
brilliant shorts she does.
But big up Mia, great to see you in the chat. We'll have to get you one morning, Mia, when you're free, or onto another podcast, because we have to get you back on the channel again.
Yeah.
She says Henry was a great player. Sorry, Dermot. No, sorry. No, not saying sorry. No. Sorry. Henry was the Maradona he's the French Maradona. Okay. Corey said he was better than Van Nistelrooy.
See what Kate said. She said she's been told off by Derm.
No, she got told off, she said. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure the mods have sorted it. I'm sure everything's fine. He was better than Van Nistelrooy and better than Rooney, Henry.
Yeah.
That's actually a good question. Right. Was Henry better than Van Nistelrooy or Rooney? Out of them
Um,
three, if you could pick them three, put them three in an
no,
order:
I
one,
liked
two, three.
Rooney. I liked Rooney.
Rooney like grannies.
I like him because he had a lot of skill set in his
Mm.
locker. He was very dynamic, box to box, brilliant at dribbling, scored marvellous goals.
Mm.
That one against Arsenal I particularly liked on his
Oh,
debut for Everton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rooney has been seen at Philip Brady's bingo nights as well.
And also he's got an Irish name, hasn't he?
Yeah,
That is he's
I've
definitely
noticed
Irish.
you're
Somewhere
completely ignoring what I'm saying. I'm trying to get it in there, and you're brilliantly just sort of batting it away. Oh dear. Was he back though? What would your top three be out of Henry, Rooney, and Van Nistelrooy?
I'll put Rooney, Omri, then Van Nistelrooy.
See,
That's my.
I would put Van Nistelrooy, Rooney, and then Henry.
You like Van Nistelrooy?
I do.
He's a
I just,
brilliant
yeah.
striker.
I tell
Don't
you
get
who I
me
liked
wrong.
as well was Stam, the
Ah,
defender.
yeah,
He
Yap
was,
Stam
yeah,
and Vidic as well. Brilliant defenders.
yeah. Who
Yeah.
did we have? We had Jemmy Redknapp and
Well,
the
up
French
front.
and the Ginger Pele. Oh, there you go. We had great. Do you know? I don't know.
Our worst striker was probably, I would say,
Yeah.
Rebrov.
Mm.
Even though he scored against Arsenal one time,
Yeah.
but he wasn't very good.
I don't know what FGT is. Can the mods just have a look at that,
Or
please, for me?
Janssen. Vincent Janssen
I'm
was
not gonna
looked
bring that up.
after.
And there's no what's been put into the chat. Please do not put that in again, or you will be timed out or blocked. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
No need for that word.
I
That
didn't
word
see
is
it, but I'll take
no.
your word for it, Dermot.
So if people can sort that out, Mia or that, look at that, please. Colin says never better than Rooney. Haha, that's why I'm really seventh in the most goals prem, whereas Rooney is third, but Harry Kane's better than that on Rooney and on
I just think he was I don't know, I just think Rooney was a better all-round footballer.
Mm.
I just feel he had more skill set
Yeah.
than Henri.
Joker says Sky Sports are reporting I find I'm very concerned that Slot will leave for Spurs. Bear in mind that it's the same journalist that said Nagelsmann was showing. Well, I'm hearing it from a different source, so I can the person I'm getting off I trust 100%. But big up Joe's. Brad Matthews, if we get a German director of football, would our club be Germanic? Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's
I
a
like
good
that.
one.
I
Well
like
done, Brad.
that. Daniel
See,
Phil said REM are cool.
they are.
I'm not the biggest REM fan. I like some. There is a film I watched and that we need to watch again. It's called Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
And it's about Andy Kaufman. He was a comedian in America, and REM do it's a song Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
REM
Is
do it.
he the guy who was in Taxi? That guy, the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He done the wrestling
With the
thing as
squeaky
well.
voice.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
done the wrestling thing as well.
Yeah.
The film's
I
about
like
him.
REM. I like their
Yeah.
lyrics.
Mm.
Their lyrics are really they're really proper working class, proper,
Yeah.
you know, get your mental psyche going about their lyrics. Really
Yeah.
good.
That'd be really underwhelmed if we got him got him as manager.
He needs a bit more time.
Yeah.
He needs a bit more time. He's not ready for it yet.
REM is one of my top 3 bands, says Shamu. Brad Matthews saying Man in the Moon was a great film. Yeah, it is a great film.
Yeah. I've got to watch that film. Everybody's telling me to watch it. Yeah.
Aguero was better than Rooney and Nistelrooy.
No, his Premiership record was brilliant. Don't know. I don't. Yeah, probably better. I don't know. Nah, I still put Rooney ahead of him.
Yeah. Can I just say thank you very much indeed for Mia. Big up me and my mods actually for the channel. They do fantastic work in the background. So thank you very much. Ellie, look, we're going to finish off soon. Look, we're going to go back to where we started.
Back where we started from.
Back at the bottom of the news slot could be, in as a new Spurs manager. And are you happy if Slot gets this job at Spurs?
Yeah, I am happy, especially after seeing that talk that he did. And he's just won a league title for a team that league was dominated by Ajax. So he's gone in there with just 4 players he had originally, and he turned that team into championship winners. Eredivisie, whatever it's called. Yeah. So he's got the credibility. I know the Premiership's different. It's a harder league, and you've got much better teams. But they say, "Cometh the hour, cometh the man." Hopefully, this is the man, because we've had the big winners. We've had the ones who've had the massive CV. We've winning at every club they've been, and they haven't delivered at our club. So this gentleman, he reminds me a bit like Martin Jol as well. Very personable, very likeable. He's got to go in there, and he's got to do a lot of shaking up. That's one thing for sure.
He was Dutch as well, wasn't he, Martin Jol?
Yes.
Something about Dutch managers doing well at our club. Look, for me, I'd be very underwhelmed if he gets it, because of the Nagelsmann thing and being linked with Nagelsmann and being linked with Poch as well. Look, I wanted Poch to come back.
So did I.
I wasn't at the beginning, but the more I thought about it, more he was only manager that could unite the fan base, because we are fractured as a fan base. But look, if it is him, we all got to get behind him. And if the director of football comes in like it is, I think we've got to get behind that man as well. And we've got to give him all our support. Levy's got to give them the keys to do the job. You can't. It's like going to work. It's like going into a kitchen and you're going to make a cake and you're only getting half the ingredients. You're not going to make a cake, are you?
Yeah, they give you the flour and leave the rest somewhere else.
Yeah. So do you know what I mean? I mean, Peter Rems says Joel was the most shafted manager we ever had. He was on the brink of winning, brink of turning the club around, and then he got sacked during the match. Yeah, that for me was disgraceful.
I know. We've done a lot of disgraceful things to our managers, haven't we?
Where did I see
or they've done it to us.
Yeah. Anyway, Corey Boy's put in the chat about I think his granddad has a record store in Brighton. So if you are around, just put the name of the store into the chat, Corey Boy, and I'll get that off.
My daughter went to Sussex University, Corey. So I was up there quite a lot in Brighton.
Colin says you don't need a manager to unite fan base. You need a manager who isn't in the past and has hunger and desire to win. Poch isn't that man. He was washed up. That's very true.
I wouldn't say he was washed up. That's a bit of harsh, Colin. That's a bit harsh, because he was at PSG and he was managing big egos. I know they win the league every year, but when he took over from Tuchel, didn't he? So, and he won them a couple of cups. So yeah, let's see what he does at Chelsea. We'll soon find out if he's washed up or not.
Right. I think he's going to go as well. There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's all we've got time for this morning. Look. Oh, the poll. The poll. We did a poll.
Don't forget the poll.
Are you happy with Slot as new manager? 75% say yes. 24% said no. We had 45 votes for that poll. And Ellie, last bit of thing before we go. I just want to give out a shout out to a friend of mine. Let me take that off actually from the bottom. If you are coming over to Ireland and you are coming over to the best county in Wexford, you can get your taxis from Paddyhouse Cab Services. They will pick you up direct from the airport and take you to Wexford, where you need to go. They are the top Wexford cab services. They take you direct from the airport to Wexford. So please give them a shout. We will be putting the details up on the channel in the next few days. So we will be doing that. Ellie, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
My pleasure, Dermot. Pleasure as always.
I enjoyed these. You know, we are going to do the podcast, me and Philip, later.
Talking more
new management thing. talking about the game tomorrow. Me and Philip also going to talk about the prices for the memberships going up, which I got an
Yeah.
email very quickly, Ellie. I got an email the other day about it,
Yeah.
and I just want to quickly bring this up. What
Yeah.
what it was? Where is it now? Here we go. Now, I I've got look living in Ireland and going over to games. I have to have memberships because this is the only way I'm going to get a game to get
Mhm.
to see the games next season. But look, this is what they sent. That look, you get 50. We're going more this later with Philip, but 50, you get a 20, €15 welcome gift voucher, an increase of €5. All this, um, all this stuff there. Ellie, very quickly, what do you think of? They haven't put up season tickets, but they've put up the memberships. I mean,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
membership, my membership, I think is now. It was €50, now it's €61 for the season.
yeah.
I know it's a
So
lot
that's
cheaper than buying
€11.
season
That's a
tickets.
lot of money.
But
That's a big
look,
increase.
I can go to a go-kart track under the South Stand and drive around like Michael Schumacher.
It's just it looks like they've got one rule for one
Mm.
and one rule for the others. Like
Yeah.
the people that buy the one Hotspur
Mm.
membership, they can't afford to get a season ticket, so they
Yeah.
pick the games they want to go to so that they
Mm.
can actually see the Man United, see the
Mm.
Liverpool, see the Chelseas and the Arsenals, you know. And it looks like they're pricing those people out
Mm.
because with the cost of living crisis as well going on,
Mm.
Dermot, and interest rates sky high, it's
Yeah.
not right what they've done.
No.
You
But
know, they
anyway,
should backtrack on that.
yeah. Well, that'll be on the podcast later. We're
Yeah,
gonna come off because Ben Kaufman is on, so we don't want to overrun into his show.
that's right.
So
Come
everyone,
on,
if you are
Benny.
there, please get over to the coffee shop and support Ben over there. What he's
Nice
doing.
one.
We're back tomorrow. Yeah, we're back later with the podcast. That'll be out tonight. We're back tomorrow at at 12:15 for the watch along for our last home watch along of the season, and then there's more shows next week. But thank you all for watching. We've had a lot of people in. Thank you very much for the
Thank you
super
very
chat.
much, everyone.
For Nathan for the super chat as well. I hope you're doing well, and just everyone enjoy your day. We'll be back later with more shows. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
We might as well
Spurs.
say it, Elite, in slot we trust.
In slot, we trust.